appreciate the car. Sorry about the result. We got a long season to get us a win. We'll have to worry about. We got tempo. That was a lot of fun to watch, and not the outcome we wanted, but definitely had that effort. Yeah, it was a good week. Bad luck there. Get the heads up, please. We all gotta kick some ass. We don't need every one of us.
Well, we talked about coaches and mentors a few moments ago with Tony Stewart on the radio. Dale Jr. doing that to his team, letting them know down, but definitely not out. They'll be back in Atlanta, and it was great to see Dale Jr. making his return here at Daytona.
Yeah, and I'm sure he would like to have made that return with a win of the Daytona 500, but wasn't to be. He is out of the race. Now, the defending winner of the Daytona 500, Denny Hamlin, just came back down pit road. What's going on there, Postman?
Well, Denny Hamlin came down pit road, and there was a little bit of damage on the right side. I don't think it's anything major. Whether he hit maybe some debris from some of the incidents out on the racetrack. They put a little bit of Maribon, a little bit of that high-speed tape on the right front, and then they worked around the right rear. Could not see from my vantage point what they were doing. They put 4 tires on the car as well. You know, we're getting close to the end of this stage, but we're also starting to work the race backward, and we're at the point now where maybe they're looking at a little strategy, not necessarily for coming down at the end of the stage, or if they do come down, they might be able to take fuel only with the 4 tires on it, but there may be a strategy with only one more stop to the end of the race. I don't know necessarily that it's the strategy. I think maybe the little bit of damage that Mike Wheeler and the crew want to work on might put them in a spot where they might have to go with that. They're still making some of those big pieces of tape here for the front of the car, so I'm not sure they're done working on it just yet.
All right, the Phil Hill has received the 1-to-go signal. They're working down the super stretch here at Daytona with 89 laps to go. It must be quite a different scene in the garage these days. Jet Striegel used to be, up until last year here in Daytona and last year at Homestead. After a multi-car crash, everybody was thrashing, trying to get the car back on the racetrack. That's not the case anymore.
Wrenches and elbows flying everywhere, but not anymore. When you take your car to the garage, you are done for the day, and a number of cars have already gone back there, Joe. The field working around, they'll come by the Geico restart zone. We'll get the green flag. What does it mean when Geico says just 15 minutes could save you 15% or more on car insurance? It means you probably should have gone to geico.com 15 minutes ago.
30 cars are still being shown on the lead lap as we close in on the end of stage 2 in the Daytona 500. They work off turn 4 with Kevin Harvick and Danica Patrick up front. Kurt Busch, Joey Logano on row number 2. Brad Keselowski and Ryan Blaney on row 3. All Fords in the top 6 spots. Then comes Ryan Newman, Eric Almirola, Clint Boyer, and A.J. Allmendinger.
And then comes the green flag, and we are back underway here in Daytona. Kevin Harvick immediately on the brake. He will pull away and bring Joey Logano with him. Now the battle will be from third on back. Right there, Danica Patrick along with Ryan Blaney.
Danica Patrick's got the bottom of the racetrack. Ryan Blaney up high. Blaney will slip back into a side-by-side battle with Kurt Busch for position number 4 as they hit the backstretch.
5 Fords lead the Daytona 500 on turn number 2. The front 3 are in single file formation at the bottom of the racetrack. That's Harvick, Logano, and Danica Patrick. Phil, side by side, the number 4 position.
3 of those Fords out of the Stewart-Haas Racing Stable, the race leader Kevin Harvick and Kurt Busch, who is side by side for that 4th spot with Ryan Blaney to his outside.
What Blaney can do in the outside lane, he has drafting help there, but that lane has just not worked very well today so far. I remember last year, it was late in the race when the outside lane started kicking in, but I guess it's still too early at this point, Dave Moody.
Well, it appears that it may be yet, Joe. We'll see if it comes in at all. Usually it's the second half to about the 3/4 mark of the race. Ryan Blaney hanging as tough as he can, though. He's falling back into a battle for 4.
Kurt Busch now will slide through and grab that 4th position. Now the race is on for 5th. Here's Brad Keselowski to the inside of Blaney. Blaney gets a side draft. He'll reflect his way or deflect his way, I've decided. Kurt Busch to that 4th spot.
Ryan Blaney will fade from the top 5. That outside lane simply not coming up to speed. Keselowski goes by and takes over the 6th spot, moving now to the bottom as well. Ryan Blaney, he's got Eric Almirola right there with him. He also had A.J. Allmendinger there for a moment. A.J. saw a hole, darted down to the inside. Top 5, nose to tail, led by Kevin Harvick.
And now falling back rapidly in that outside lane is Ryan Blaney.